Hello, this is Kathy from Vincent Music, and today I'm doing some work from Piano Adventures Level 1. I'm going to first talk about middle C. If we look here, it shows all the notes and where they are on the stave. Middle C is right in between the bass clef and the treble clef, right in the center, and that's why it's called middle C. Not because it's in the middle of the piano, which it isn't, which is so annoying. It's not quite in the middle. The middle's actually slightly away from middle C, which everyone finds a bit annoying. But it is in the middle of the two staves, so it does make sense. Middle C, right in between bass clef and treble clef. I thought we'd turn to page 16 and have a look at this piano tuner song, which has lots of middle C's in it. You see here, middle C has a little ledger line through it, like a little cat whiskers. I always think of it, little cat, because I like cats. And if the middle, these are both middle C notes. One of them's put close to the treble clef because they want you to play it with your right hand. But if they put it a bit closer to the bass clef, that's a sign that they want you to play it with your left hand. But that's not the only tricky thing about this song, even though it's all the same note. If you have a look, it's all middle C notes with a little cat whiskers. But there's lots of other things besides the notes you have to think of when you're playing a song. So I thought I'd go through all the things you can look at before you play something. But the first thing you want to have a look at is the notes, the melody. Now we can see it's just C, 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 C. They're all the same note. Okay, that we can do. Second thing you want to look at is the rhythm. The rhythm is a bit more complicated than notes here because there's 3 different kinds of notes. And if we wanted to clap it out, we could say 1 for the crotchets and 1, 2 for the minims, and for that those semi-breves, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we clap out the rhythm, we go 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the rhythm. The next thing you might want to look at after you've checked the notes and the rhythm is the dynamics. And that means how loud or quiet things are. And if that changes through the piece, which it does. It starts piano, which is quiet, and then mezzo forte, which is moderately loud, and then forte. So we're getting louder as we go along. We stay forte, and then back to piano, mezzo forte, forte, and nice and loud. Next thing we might want to take a look at is the fingering. Even though we're playing the same note, they've decided to make us use different fingers. Make sure we're paying attention. We start with A, thumb, number 1. And then the second bar, it wants us to use number 2 finger. And then 3 finger for the third bar where it's very loud. And then back to 2. So, that made it a bit more complicated, didn't it? And another thing we can look at is articulation, which means how you play the note. Not just how loud, but you might play it nice and smooth, or you might play it staccato, really short, or in this case, they've got accents. These they look like little arrows, a little peace sign on its side, and that's an accent. That means you want to play that nice and strongly. So if you put all of those things together, it's quite a complicated little song. So, I'll play it for you and try to get all those things right and see if you can do it too. Start with our thumb quietly and then at a steady march. 1, 1, 1, 2, and louder. And loud with an accent, loud with an accent, and back to 2. And back to quiet again. And louder. And loud with an accent, loud with an accent, and back to 2. I just noticed that I have to change to left hand second way through, so don't forget that either. So lots of little things we're learning in this little song. And once you get used to it, there's a little duet to play with it. So after you've practiced, you can play this duet. I will play it here for you to play along to. And I'll count us in. 1, 2, ready, play. Hopefully that was a good tempo. Nice. So, whenever you want to start a new song, if you want to go ahead in the book at any time, those are the things you can think about. Have a look at the notes. Have a look at the rhythm. Clap it out. And have a look at the fingering. And see if there's some dynamics there telling you how loud or soft to play it. And if you can see any little other markings that you might want to take account of, like if it's supposed to get louder or softer, you might say crescendo, that kind of thing. We haven't done those yet though, so it probably won't. But that is a good way to start learning a new song. And even though we haven't done many notes yet, there's a lot you can do with a single note. Also, for a little bit of homework, I was wondering how many words you could spell that start with the letter C on the piano. You can spell something like cage, which goes C-A-G-E. See how many words you can find at the piano that begin with the letter C. Nice. Have a great weekend and see you soon.